What's up, YouTube? It's CVD Delta Fly here, and this is going to be the last progress update, promised, guys. The next update will be the actual airport update. We'll be naming off the aircraft and routes, and everything will look good. So, it is almost done. And this thing is just huge, that's why it took so long. I mean, this thing is not small. It's right here from this end to over here. That's 4 feet wide by 10 feet long to the end. And then this little extra extended table from right here to there is like another 3 feet. From that end to that end it's 2 feet. 2 feet by 4 feet wide. 2 feet long by 2 feet wide. No, 4 feet. It's a 4 foot by 4 foot extension table. So that's what that is. So, I mean, it was a lot of work. The taxiways took the longest, but it's getting there. I'm going to go through and tell you guys everything about the airport, whose gates are going to be where. So, this airport, it's called, I'm doing LaGuardia, just like a different, obviously I couldn't make it exactly the same because I don't have the size and the room for that. So I did have to rearrange terminals, make a concourse and whatnot, and do that, but it is still LaGuardia. Most all routes are based just off LaGuardia. Everything is pretty much LaGuardia except for a couple airlines I'm going to be keeping, and a couple routes I'll be obviously adding just because I don't want to be limited on what I have, because it is a model airport, it's not the real thing, and I want to do what I like with it. So that's what I'm going to do with that. But let's go ahead and get started. This will be T3, Terminal 3, and this will be home concourse, or terminal, and home 2. United, US Airways, WestJet, Air Canada, Porter, and Aeromexico. United will have 8 of these gates here. There are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. 21 gates total here. 8 gates are operated by United and United Express. United has 5 and United Express has these 3. And this is the only completed. This is what it'll look like once I get done. Right there's a good view of how good I think it came out fabulous. And as you can see in this update, what this one's big is getting the terminals done, and the gates are done. All gates are done is what you notice in this one. And I think they came out absolutely fantastic. They are the best looking thing on the airport in my opinion. Here's how I made them. I took this. It's off SAS MD-90. I half-sized it. It's the narrow body one. I cut this out, and I went over it with a red marker to get that. And then I drew the yellow lines into it, and the markings of pull-up lines. So, and I think it came out absolutely awesome. And then the next gate is WestJet. WestJet does fly to LaGuardia. It does routes to LaGuardia to Toronto Pearson. And I believe that's all. And I think Calgary, too, where their hub is. I'm pretty sure it is Calgary. It's where they also do another route too. Then you have 2 Air Canada gates. This one right here with the Porter Q400 and right next door. And I got the Q400 because obviously Air Canada does fly the A319 and the E190 and E175 to LaGuardia. They obviously don't have any of those. And I definitely wanted an Air Canada for now. And they are doing away with Air Canada Jazz, and they renamed it to Air Canada Express with the blue, which I really like a lot more. So that's what that is. Then the next gate over from Air Canada is Porter's. I have all 3 Canadian airlines. Porter does not fly to LaGuardia. They do fly to JFK, but obviously, like I said, I want it to have, and I do want them in here. I love the airline. And same with the next door to Porter, which is Aeromexico. I'll wait on the 737-700. E190 or E175 before I get an Aeromexico. And that gate will remain empty until then. But then next to them, the 4 regional gates that you see is home to US Airways Express, which operates, E190 is considered mainline for them, but it'll park in both depending on what's open. They do have a lot of E190 flights to Boston. I mean, they're nonstop. You'll always see a US Airways E190, if not 2, at LaGuardia. Then I'm getting a Dash 8 100, I believe it is, of Gemini Jets. They do routes to Philadelphia, I'll have the CRJ 700, a 200, and an E145 to finish it off. Then over here at the main line, I'll get all of them, all their main line, a lot of that too. Sorry, this is a long update. Hopefully you guys are sticking around and watching it all. But anyways, here's Deltas, who has 16 mainline gates and 12 connection gates. Right here is this one. Here's one of the connection gates. It's a smaller space, so I just wanted to make it a connection, which will be occupied by CRJ 900s and E170/175s. Then at LaGuardia, there were two gates created to hold the 767 and 757 for Delta. It was made back in the 60s, I believe. Or, not 60s, but it was late 80s, early 90s they were created for Delta to capacitate the 767-200 and the 757. So they are larger gates. They're the larger pads. And what's good about that, I can do A330 charter flights in here too and put those in these two gates. And then next you just have a bunch of narrow body planes, and obviously they're pretty empty right now due to Gemini just being lazy, not having the MD-80 mold, and I need the 738. I need 3 of those. That's what's really holding me back and killing me right now. Then Delta connection. You see you got all these gates right here, 11 of them on this side. This is just one gate. It's 2 different pull-ups for how the gate will be angled, if they're using one or not. So that's what that is. Then 11 of these. And Delta LaGuardia is a home for, I believe they are. I mean, all of their jets are operated out of here are for, Republic, Chiquita, and Delta Shuttle. They all operate their E-jets out of here. And I know, obviously, in the Delta fleet, E-jets are outnumbered by the Bombardiers, but not at LaGuardia. You can go look on Google Maps, whatever you want. You're going to see a bunch of E175s and 170s and 145s. You're going to see more of those than you will see CRJs. So I'm going to get, once they release them, I'll get 4 E145s, probably two or three 170s and 3 175s. Then 2 CRJ 900s, 3 CRJ 700s, and probably 3 CRJ 200s to capacitate and fill the rest of this up. So that's Deltas, which is actually going to be a concourse. This will be concourse 1, this whole strip. Then 2 will be all mainline gates. That focus. So this will be all mainline gates, and this will be concourse 3, home to the bigger ones. And I am going to keep the 763 winglets in here, and it is going to do Charles de Gaulle routes, and I'll have A330 charters every now and then and that fun stuff. So that's what that will be. Then right here, this is one of my, I think I'm going to like this one the best. This is just representing, because I don't have any more balsa wood right now. It'll be the standard 4 inches wide. This one's only 3, so it's a bit smaller. And this will hold JetBlue. It'll have 12 gates. 3 JetBlue, 3 AirTran, 2 Southwest, Spirit, Sun Country, Innsnell Air, and Allegiant will share a gate, and that's pretty much it. It's just going to house all the low-cost carriers, and Frontier also. Can't forget them. I believe that's all the low-cost carriers. All the low-cost carriers but Virgin will be flying in here. I just don't want Virgin and Alaskan. I may think about operating Alaskan down the road if I have extra gates, but right now I don't think I do. And the final terminal, that would be T2 as low-cost carriers. T1 is American, who does have a Focus City at LaGuardia, so they're really big here. And so they're going to have their 6 mainline gates and 3 regionals. And what LaGuardia is really cool, I think they're so backwards for every airline, it seems, because they get all the opposites of the fleet, like a plane that's like all the regionals. American, you guys obviously know that American owns more 145s, E145s than they do CRJ 700s. LaGuardia gets more CRJ 700s. So I am ordering 2 CRJ 700s American Eagle. I found some. I'm going to get those. And then I'll probably have 2 145s too, just to have them. And that's what will be in the 3 regionals. And I have 6 main lines. For once they do come out, I'll have 3 MD-80s. That's what I have these 2 here for. Just representing. Two or three 737 800s and one 757 200. You can see there. And that'll be theirs. They'll be using runway 31 over here. So they got the easy taxiway, and then you land, and there's 2 pull-offs down here. And let me show you, this airport still looks empty. That's one of the uncompleted things about it, is, see, in all these spaces right here, that's in all those little squares, that is where the grass is going to go. I'm getting modeling grass to make it look really realistic. Everything now is pretty much just gluing and cutting. Gluing and cutting textures, cutting and gluing balsa wood, finishing all that up. So it's not very long or hard. I guess it is longer. It's a longer process, but it doesn't take extremely long. So I'll be done in probably this weekend to next weekend. I'll be done. And that's pretty much all. So the next update, guys, I promise you, the next update, it'll be an airport update, not a progress. It'll be done. I am ordering probably 4 packs of Gemini jets, the narrow bodies, so that'll put me at 24 gates. So I need total, I believe, 39 mainline gates, and then I'm getting the Herpa 1 to 500 gates, because those fit, everybody says who has them, they fit perfect into the regional gates. So those will, regional gates and A320s and stuff, they fit perfect into, but I'll use Geminis for those. So the Herpa 1/500 will be the regionals, and I have to get 20 of those, and I'll probably get 2 to start off. I'm gonna get them in time, but over time, because I don't want to spend. It's $250 on gates total is what I'll have to end up spending. So I don't want to do that in all one order. I'm gonna break it up over time. But that's all for now. Sorry this was long, but thanks for watching if you're still with me. And I'm gonna do a question video tomorrow, because I've got another plan. I'll tell you more about that tomorrow, guys. Thanks for watching.